Okay, hey guys, listen up. This is the training we're going to talk about for marketing and advertising your business. We're going to talk about 5 different ways you can generate leads for your business starting today. Now, some of them are going to be a little slower processes versus the faster processes. We're going to go through each one of these, and I want you really to pay attention to this video because getting this wrong can cost you a lot of money that you didn't need to spend. And what I tell you, I'm just going to share with you all my years of being in business of the money that I've spent personally advertising. Millions of dollars on advertising over the years. That was my own money for my own businesses. So I know what's worked for me and what's worked for others and what we've helped others implement in their own businesses. So really watch this video. Pay attention to the video because this is going to change how you market your business or help you implement new things to what you're already doing for your business. In order for your business to succeed, you're going to need leads. The bottom line is your business has to have leads. If you don't have leads for your business will not continue to exist. You have to have calls come in, especially if you have employees that depend on you. What I'm telling you here is just make sure you pay attention, especially when it comes to the paid advertising part, because that part, if done incorrectly, can kill your business. Very quickly, it can kill your finances and leave you broke, and you're left wondering, what in the heck did I do? All right, so let's get started here. All right, so we're going to talk about first thing. So we have 5 things we're going to talk about: paid advertising. We're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about pay-per-call or pay-per-lead, your SEO, which is your search engine optimization. Then we're going to talk about our guerrilla marketing. So we're going to talk about 5 things in this video. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video, so take the time to watch the video. Don't skimp on this one video. This is where you're going to learn how to do these things. Now, if you're part of our mastermind group, we go through all these things each week, the lead generations, what you're doing, what's working, what's not working, how you're tracking it, how you're measuring it. And we're going to go through all these things with you and help you maximize what you're doing. But the most important thing here is just pay attention, okay? Let's get started. Paid advertising. So let's say you have 3 or 4 technicians, you need your business to get going, you're slow. The quickest way to get leads in your business is through paid advertising. Paid advertising is the fastest way by far over anything else I've ever done to generate new business so we can generate revenue. Because without the leads, you can't generate revenue. So you really need the leads to help your business grow. All right, so check this out. We're going to focus on Google pay-per-click. So PPC is your Google PPC. You're going to have Google pay-per-click for Bing, Yahoo, and Google. Google's the primary one that we tend to focus on. But when you hire a good advertising company, they're going to probably focus on all 3 areas: Google, Bing, and Yahoo, which Yahoo and Bing are pretty much the same thing. Pay-per-click is you're paying for every time someone clicks on the link that is being advertised. So if you go to Google right now, and you type in plumber near me, or electrician near me, or whatever it is you want to type in, usually at the very top of the searches, it'll say sponsored. These are paid ads that are doing the pay-per-click is what they are. All those are your pay-per-click ads. The goal is to be the top person seen. That way somebody hopefully chooses you. But you want to have a good call to action in that as well. So when you look at it'll have a headline. In hopes it'll have a call to action right under the headline, which is going to help you tremendously. You need to be doing Google pay-per-click or Yahoo and Bing pay-per-click as well in order to help your business grow fast. This is going to help you get the business that you need. But you also need to understand that there's a right way to do this, and then there's a wrong way to do this. The right way to do this, in my opinion, is to hire somebody who specializes in this kind of service. Doing this yourself, what I have found are people tend to lose way too much money. They tend to lose way too much money, and they really don't have that money to lose, especially when you're a smaller business. You don't have a giant budget that you can just throw away money. You don't. So you really need to hire somebody who specializes in these services who could handle this for you. Now, I have done this many times, hired many different companies to manage these parts of my own businesses. It makes a big difference. So why do you need to hire somebody? Because you're going to set a daily budget. Let's say you set let's just start with a monthly budget. You set a monthly budget of $10,000 to get leads for your business. You say, holy shit, that sounds like a lot of money. But is it really a lot of money if you're making money off every single lead that comes in? It's not. It's relative to based on the revenue you're generating from the leads that you get. But let's say it's $10,000. If you do this yourself and you don't understand how to set up the program, you may end up spending that entire budget in 2 days. And you're left with 28 more days out of the month that well, why am I not getting leads? Because you spent it all in 2 days. So you need to understand how to set up your Google pay-per-click leads, Yahoo leads, or your Bing leads. It's really important that you understand this. I suggest you find a great company, and we can suggest some great companies to you who manage these things, who manage my own. I get nothing from them, but they manage my own. They manage people that I know, and they're tremendous at what they do because this is all they do every single day is generate leads for contractors just like yourself. This is what they do. They're really good at it. So make sure that you understand why you're not going to do this yourself. You can try to learn it, and I'm okay with you doing that. But understand this, it's a lot faster just to let somebody else handle this one part for you. Now, we've hired many different companies to do different things for us as far as pay-per-click leads go. We've owned 2 plumbing companies, sold them both. A junk removal company, we still own that one. Carpet cleaning company, restoration company, sold them off. So we've advertised different ways for different kinds of businesses specifically, and use different companies because they provided a different kind of service that maybe they specialized in. Now, I've hired companies who specialized only in plumbing and HVAC leads. They were really good at that. This is what they specialized in. So when it comes to spending your money wisely, you want someone who can manage this and this and this very wisely. Now, your Google local service ads, you're going to have to set that up. You can set that up yourself, or you can have that same company set that up for you and manage that as well. That's just going to be a way where you're paying per lead, or they have different ways to do that. But the key here is to make sure you understand that this is a really good way to advertise your business through Google local service ads. You can set that up yourself. You can set a daily budget. You can set a monthly budget, however you want to do that, just like you do in the Google pay-per-click ads. Now, if you hire someone to do this, understand this. When they do these, some companies, they want to just send it, when you click on the link, they just want to send it straight to your website. You don't want to just go to a website. You want it to go to what we call a landing page. A landing page is a page specifically designed for what they were looking for. Let's use plumbing. Let's say they were looking for a drain cleaner in St. Louis. So they're going to be taken to a page that is drain cleaner St. Louis. We don't want to just send them to a homepage of Jimmy Joe's Plumbing. We want to send them to Jimmy Joe's Plumbing, Drain Cleaning, St. Louis. Do you see what I mean? We want to send them to a landing page to make sure that they're going to the right place and they're getting the right information for what they're looking for. What I've seen are companies who will send it to the homepage of a website, and you tend to lose way more of those opportunities when they're sent to just a homepage of a website versus to a landing page. So whoever you hire, ask them this question. Do you send your leads or your clicks, when they get clicked on the link, do they go to a landing page or do they go directly to my website? Because if they go directly to the website, I want you to ask them, can you set it up to where they go to a specific landing page for the keywords and key phrases that they're going to do? Because keywords and key phrases is what they're going to be focused on. And we'll talk about keywords and SEO, but keywords and key phrases is what they set up in your Google pay-per-click campaign. They're going to set up all these different keywords and key phrases that you're looking for. They're going to set up negative keywords and negative key phrases as well, because you don't want to just have a random word. Let's just say plumbing. You just have the word plumbing. Someone could be looking up plumbing materials and you pop up. Well, you don't sell plumbing materials, you sell plumbing services. So you don't want to pop up for words and just for things that you don't serve, because that does not make it any better for you. You're paying money for every time someone clicks on that. Your competitor may click on it. This happens all the time. Think about this before you start trying to do this all by yourself, because you want to see metrics and tracking for every single thing that you do. The metrics are going to be, you want them to be able to show you, well, you had this many clicks, you had this many click-throughs, you had this many conversions, this is how many calls we got from what we did. Now, I like to have what we call a tracking number on everything that I advertise. If I'm going to set up a Google landing page, or I'm going to set up something like this, I want a specific tracking number for each one of these things so I know how many calls specifically I got from each one of those. So when you're hiring someone, make sure that they're using tracking numbers for all the different paid ad sources that they're working on for you. That way you can listen to the recordings. The biggest thing here is this. Let's say this. Let's say you're spending $50 per call. Let's say the clicks are $3 a click, but you're spending $50 per actual call that you actually get. You want to understand, am I closing those calls? Am I answering the phone? Am I missing calls? And you can set this up to where these are set up in a way to where you're strategic. They start at 7 o'clock in the morning and end at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You don't want them running at times when you know you're not going to answer your phone. Because every time you don't answer your phone, you lose money. And we're going to talk about that in the pay per call or pay per lead part here. Every time you don't answer your phone, you lose money. It costs you money not to answer your phone. Make sure you've got a system set up, people set up, some way, whether you're using an answering service, a virtual assistant, your own office staff, yourself. Make sure you're going to answer your phone. If you don't answer your phone, don't waste the money on advertising. Do not waste the money on paid advertising if you're not going to answer your phone, because all you've done is waste it. So let me give you a good example of this. Each lead costs $50. You miss 2 phone calls a day, that's $100 a day, $500 a week on a 5-day work week. That's $24,000 a year that you just lost. You just spent money on for something you didn't answer the phone twice in a day. You see what I mean here? Make sure you're going to answer the phone. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, let's break this down even bigger. What if your average service ticket's $500? If the average service ticket's $500, you missed 2 calls today, you potentially lost $1,000 of revenue per day, which is $5,000 a week, $240,000 a year in potential revenue that you just lost because you missed 2 phone calls a day. Now, if we take it out over a lifetime value, that could be up to $10 million that you just lost by missing a phone call twice a day. It's important that you understand that if you don't answer the phone, don't waste your money on advertising. All you've done is just thrown the money. So it's like taking your money, just throwing it out the window like, well, I don't like money. I don't want this money anyway. The goal here is to get you leads so you can make money that you can put in your pocket, keep in your pocket, and reinvest in other ways, whether it be through yourself or your business. Make sure you answer the phone and have a system set up that allows you to answer that phone. It's going to make a big difference for you, okay? Very, very, very important that you do this right. Do it right the first time. Don't do this wrong. It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm trying to drill this into you because I've seen so many companies lose so much money over time because they did not answer their phone. We would do a competitive ad shopping. We would look at 20 different ads in a phone book or online, and we would call 20 different companies who were spending money on advertising. We knew they were spending money on advertising, so we would call those companies. We wanted to see, we were price shopping, then we were comparing our business to their business. We were just looking at what they're doing. We were just doing research is what we were doing. Out of those 20, on average, 15 wouldn't answer their phone. That's sad. Every time you don't answer the phone, you lose business, because when you don't answer the phone, because if you're a need-based business, if you don't answer the phone, they may leave you a message, but I guarantee they're probably going to the next person that they just saw on the list. And that person answers the phone, and all of a sudden, they have the business and you just lost the business. Very important. Answer your phone. All right, so next one. This is important. We're just focusing on paid advertising right now. We're going to focus on pay per call or pay per lead. Pay per call means every time your telephone rings and it's someone on the phone wanting your services, you're paying for that specific call. It's a lead or a call, however you want to look at it. Some companies call it a lead, some companies call it a call. However you want to look at it, it doesn't really make a difference. But it's pay per call or pay per lead, so it's very important, once again, that you answer your phone. These are the companies that we have used in the past. Now, Angie has a monthly fee, they're a contract. My number one thing I always say this is you don't sign contracts for advertisers. And the reason is this. We want them to be producers. If they're not producing the work they say they're going to produce, you need to be able to eliminate them and go to somebody else who can produce. If you sign a 1-year contract or a 2-year contract, guess what? If it doesn't work, you're stuck in the contract. You're paying it whether it works or not, because they don't offer you any guarantees of anything. But when you set it up on a pay per call, pay per lead, you're only paying for each call and each lead that you get. And if it's a bad lead, let's say it's just a solicitor, someone called the wrong number, you can challenge that with that company. You say, hey, look, I got a bad lead. I got a call. It was a solicitor, and they'll just credit that to you, so you're not charged for that lead. This is why I love pay per call and pay per lead. Now, pay per click is not that way at all. Every time someone clicks on that, you're being charged. They click on it, you're being charged. They click on it, you're being charged. But now, what we look at the averages on that as to what it's actually cost us to get the one phone call, more so than the click. But it's just called pay per click. This is my favorite form, is pay per call, pay per lead. It forces that company that you've hired to do your ads for you, to generate leads for you, to be successful and to produce. Otherwise, they don't make money. Because if they're not giving you good leads, they're never going to make money. That's why I love this so much. Now, we're going to go through a few of the companies that I've used. Home Advisor is now Angie bought Home Advisor. Home Advisor was always a shared lead. You would get a text message. It might go to 2 to 3 people is what it would typically go to. So that's a competition lead is what it is. But it may only cost you between $10 and $45 to $50, depends on the kind of lead it is. And it could be up to $150 per lead, depending on what kind of service it is you're advertising for. So you got to really watch how much you're spending on those leads and ask yourself, are those leads the leads that I want for my personal business? But it was always a shared lead. The way that works, if you do Home Advisor, which now we have made millions of dollars off Home Advisor, easily, over the years. But we knew how to use it and use it well. As soon as you get a lead to Home Advisor, you get a text message on your phone. I would tell my office, I said, don't even read it, don't look at it. Just swipe, hit the number, and call. Then they pull it up on the computer, and now you're pulling up the information of what you just got that lead, and now you're talking to them, to the customer on the phone. The goal was always to be number one person, because if it went to 3 people, everybody else is trying to do the same thing you are. You want to be the first person to get to that client. Now, you may have 5 leads come in that way, and you may only get 3. But those 3 leads, remember, those leads are only probably $20 a piece. For the 2 that you lost, that's okay, because the 3 that you got, you might have made $1,000, $500, $600, $10,000 off of each of those jobs that you got from that. It's okay to take that risk. So just understand how to work the system with Home Advisor. We always said, if you get a lead and they don't answer the phone, I told my office, I said, I want you to text them right now. Text that number. Hey, this is who I am. This is so-and-so's plumbing company. This is who we are. We got a lead from Home Advisor letting us know who you are, letting us know you're looking for a certain plumbing service. Then I said, I want you to email them, then I want you to call them. I want you to call them 5 times. Why 5 times? You just spent your money on that lead. You cannot be afraid to call that person back because you just spent your money. You can send them a couple of emails throughout the day, send them 3 or 4 text messages. The goal is to get them to call you back or to answer that information. People don't typically ever get mad when you're persistent. They like somebody who's persistent. Remember this, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Early bird gets the worm. Those who push the envelope when it comes to that are typically going to be the ones who get that job, get that client, and actually end up making that money. You don't not want to do this. Say, oh, but what if they get mad? I hired a girl one time, a great gal. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. I said, hey, I need you to call all these leads back. So what we do with the leads we didn't get a hold of that day, next morning at 8 o'clock, we're calling the leads. I came back in around 10 o'clock and I said, hey, did you get to those leads? She goes, no, I was trying to give it a little more time in the day, so we didn't call too early. I'm like, look, I don't give a shit about that. I want you calling the leads right now. First thing in the morning, early in the morning, let's get this going because we need to book calls for our service techs to be going out to jobs. She wanted to not call because she was afraid of offending them. Now, we're not calling at 6 o'clock in the morning. We're just calling at 8 o'clock in the morning. Boom, 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 boom. We need those leads to convert into clients because our service technicians were depending on us to generate leads. So they could all have a job. They could all make money. So we needed the clientele. We needed the clients. It was very important. Don't be afraid to follow up. That next day, if you didn't get them that one day, you're going to follow up the first thing in the morning. You're going to follow up again at 10 o'clock in the morning. You'll follow up again around 1 or 2. You'll follow up again at the end of the day through text, phone, email. Remember this, you paid for the lead. Stop being afraid to go after what you paid for. Now, if they tell you, hey, look, I don't want to do business with you guys. Hey, I've already got someone else to do it. Great, write it off. Say, hey, look, next time, just let me know. We'd love to be able to earn your business. And or maybe if they give you a bid, you don't like the bid, give us a chance to come out and see if we can't match that bid for you. Your job is to always be closing, looking for an opportunity to help them become your client, not somebody else's client. That's important, okay? All right, so let's talk about this again. So now we have Goodzer. Now, Goodzer is a pay-per-call advertising platform. That's all it is. It's just a platform where they advertise for all different kinds of contractors, all different kinds of businesses, but you only pay per call. You're going to set a budget, maybe 50, 60 bucks per call. They're going to get you calls. Your phone's going to ring. You're going to answer it. Thank you for calling Craftsman Plumbing. This is Eric. How can I help you? And then, hey, this is so-and-so. And then it's a Goodzer call. You're going to go into your dashboard. You're going to see that it was a Goodzer call. If it was a solicitation, if it was a bad call, you're going to say, hey, look, it was bad, and they'll just credit that to you so you're not charged on your account. Really simple. But if you don't answer your phone, and let's say you've set a budget for $50 per call, they're still going to charge you $50 per call. You just lost $50. We go back to every time you don't answer your phone, when you advertise your business, you lose money. So answer your phone. Figure out, I don't give a shit what it takes. You figure this one part about your business because your business revolves around the telephone. You're not a brick and mortar store that people come into. You are a business where you go to them based on their call to you. So make sure you answer your phone. All right. eLocal. eLocal is the same as Goodser. Plumbers Near You is the same as Goodser. 99. So we'll focus on these right here. These are also just pay-per-lead companies. Now, there's a lot of them out there. There's many new companies popping up all the time. It's pay-per-call, pay-per-lead, pay-per-call, pay-per-lead. They're always popping up. There's always new companies. This is a normal thing, which is great because now people realize, these advertisers, that people aren't going to sign contracts. They're not just going to do business with you just because you say you can do it. You have to be very careful when you sign with any company who's a marketer because remember this, they're in it for the best interest of themselves, not for you, especially when they go to contracts. I was working with a contractor out of California. He signed a contract, which he wasn't sure of, but it was a 12-month contract, no big deal. He was probably 7 months into his contract. He was going to cancel that contract and go to a different company. But he wanted to raise his budget on what he was, because they were managing his pay-per-click. He wanted to raise his budget, but what happened when he was trying to raise his budget was that they had him click this little box that says, do you agree to our terms? All he had done was raise his price. He was going to spend from $3,000 to $5,000 a month on his pay-per-click budget. What they did, though, was they had him sign that little, when he clicked that button, he was signing an additional 12-month contract. He extended it 12 months and didn't even realize it. So we got on the phone with the advertising company and him. We worked through this together, and it's what they did. Do I think it's an unethical approach? 100%. I think what they should have said, hey, look, Mr. Jones, you're going to be signing a new contract to change the services we provide for you or to raise your budget. You're signing a brand new contract, but it wasn't that. It just said, click this little box if you read our terms of agreement. How many people do you know who actually read that, the terms and agreements? They don't. The point here is read everything you sign, no matter what it is. Don't sign it if you don't read it. Understand what you're getting yourself into. This is why I will say no contracts. You want it to be on a month-to-month basis because you want to be able to get out of it if it's not working, because it wasn't working for him and his business. It wasn't generating the amount of leads he needed. So it's very important that you understand this. Don't sign contracts. No contracts. Make them earn your business. Make them earn your business. Okay? So once again, Goodser, eLocal, Plumbers Near You, and there's other ones that are, and result calls. These are all just where you're paying per call. That's it. You're paying per call, which is really a good thing. Once again, I love those things. Now, 99 Calls is a website building company, but they also have a great program where you're paying per call as well, but it's a really lower rate per call than many of your other companies. And they do a lot of it all through SEO, building out of your SEO. We'll talk about SEO in a few minutes, but right now, they build this out through an SEO, but they create a program where you're only paying per call, which is the lower rate, which is a really good thing. And they work with a lot of different industries, from cleaners, plumbers, contractors of all sorts. Anything you can imagine, they work with them in generating leads. And I've used them for years in generating leads. It's a great resource. It really is. So the next one is Yelp. I'm not a fan of Yelp at all. Yelp, some people swear by Yelp, some people don't swear by Yelp. Some people love it, some people hate it. At the end of the day, Yelp is a business that can get you leads, get you reviews, and help your business grow organically and through paid promotions. Yelp, you have to, but like with anything else, you have to make sure you understand what you're spending your money on, and is it working, and if it's not working, you need to kill it and move on to something different. But also look at it from this perspective. Let's say you spent $500, you set a budget for $500 a month on Yelp, and you only got 5 leads. But out of those 5 leads, you closed 3. Out of the 3 leads, you generated, $2,000. So you spent 25% of that just on the leads. But now we look at the lifetime value of that client. Let's say that those 3 clients spend money one more time throughout the year, and you make an additional $2,000. You see what I'm saying here? It was really a good value. So sometimes you'll spend a little bit on these, set a small budget on some of these things that you do. And what it does is you don't make a ton of money up front, but sometimes you make a shitload of money up front. But at the end, you may make money throughout the year, and you may get referrals, you may get all these different things that you can do. We can talk about all these other things too. But the point is understand what you just paid for and the value of what you just paid for, okay? Very important. So once again, Result Calls is a newer website. New one, it's only pay per lead, pay per call. And they have a great program. They work with a lot of different companies, but it's a good source to use. And they have tons of other places that you can do this with. If you don't know, just make sure you check with me. If you're in my mastermind group, make sure you check with me and to make sure that what you're doing is working, is good. It potentially has a great benefit. Don't be afraid to make some decisions because this is your business. This is not my business. It's your business. I'm just teaching you some of my best practices, things that I've learned the hard way over all the years. See, years ago, we used to do phone books. Phone books, we'd probably spend $2,000 for an ad. In a phone book, you might have 5 phone books. You might be spending 10 grand a month just in phone books. It's insane. But the point was, it was a contract. Whether it produced or not, it didn't make a difference. You were still paying that $10,000 a month. Very challenging, okay? All right, okay, let's keep going here. Now, so we've talked about paid advertising. These are the things that I would focus on in paid advertising. They generate business instantaneously. They generate business very quickly for your business. They can help you get going. They can help you get started. They can help you just grow very quickly. But understand how they work. Answer your phone. Track everything that you do to make sure it's working. Tracking phone numbers. Look at your charts. Listen to every phone call that you get. Because if you're spending money on all these different things, you want to listen to the phone calls or assign somebody in your company to listen to those phone calls who can tell you whether they did a good job or a bad job. And I like a senior supervisor to listen to phone calls to determine what they do good, what did they do bad, what can we do better. That's important. I've listened to so many phone calls from people who answered my phones over the years, other people's phones, and I was shocked at how they talked to customers when customers would call. Very important. Listen to the phone calls. The tracking numbers make the difference. Okay, let's move on to social media now, okay? So social media is a tremendous asset. It's typically free for you to put yourself out there, your business out there. You can really brand yourself well on social media if you actually do it. I've got a friend who manages people's social media accounts, and he'll create 1,000 posts a month on their social media accounts for their business. That's huge. 1,000 posts a month. That's phenomenal branding for those businesses. It makes a big difference for you, okay? So these are the 4 things or 5 things that I'm going to talk about, which will be TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Nextdoor, and YouTube. All 5 of these generate business. I've gotten consulting clients just from TikTok. I've seen so many people get different kinds of business from TikTok, from Facebook, from Instagram, Nextdoor, YouTube. All these things work. They all work. It's up to you to post content on a regular basis so people can find and see who you are, what you do, and then join groups. So on Facebook, if you could join your subdivision group, your buy-sell groups, your marketplace groups, join all the groups that you can and start posting content, answering questions, because people will say, hey, I'm looking for a plumber. I'm looking for an electrician. You just type in, hey, this is me. This is my company, blah, 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 blah. Let them see that you exist. Create relationships with everybody in those groups and refer other people out to people who ask in those groups, and you'll become a top contributor in that group, and people are going to look to you when it comes to that. In my old subdivision, people would refer our plumbing company, me personally, every time. Every time anybody needs it, they were always referring me. Oh, call Eric Rios, call Eric Rios, call Eric Rios, call Eric Rios. It was constant. It was forever, nonstop. It was huge. And it didn't cost me anything except for being nice, being available, being aware, and posting some content and sharing things with other people and helping other people grow their businesses. Now, I also did some things in those groups where I would do some charity work in those groups. I would go help them. This way on social media, they continued to refer me because they loved me. That was the cool. They really liked me. So YouTube videos. Videos are huge. You think about today's society, what do people like the most? They love videos. If you could create small videos of your company doing certain things inside of a client's home, make sure you don't show anything that's private, but make sure you create a video that shows your services, what you're doing. People they remember videos. Remember that they hear an audio, which is you talking, then they see a video. You've just really just pushed it into them very quickly through just two different strategic ways, through audio and through video. So your videos are great. You can post your videos on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and YouTube. 4 places you can post the same video. You create one video, you post it on all 4 platforms. Just like that, you've got a video on all 4 platforms, and people are looking at these videos. Make it fun, make it silly, make it real, make it to where people are going to want to watch it. Create a good headline for the video, and that makes a big difference for you. Your headline equals more than any other part of the videos to get them pulled in to want to watch the video. So post. You want to be posting. I tell clients to post 4 times a day, at least 4 times a day. You're going to post when you get to the office. You want to post at 10 o'clock in the morning. You want to post at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You want to post at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 4 posts a day for social media for your branding of your business. People are going to start seeing it. Don't be afraid. Well, what if people get mad? People aren't going to get mad. People may just not hit the like button, but they're not getting mad because they're going to remember that over time because they've seen it over and over and over and over. Social media is a great branding platform for your business. Make this part of your business and do it right and do it well and take it serious. It makes all the difference. I have made so much money off of these things. Now, Nextdoor is one of those things to where you can go to Nextdoor, the Nextdoor app, or Nextdoor on your desktop. You can be a part of that. Once again, it's usually part of subdivisions, of groups, neighborhoods, or whatever it is. You can start posting just generic things in there about your business. You can provide services. You can provide solutions. Let's say wintertime's coming around. You can say, hey, make sure you winterize your plumbing. Make sure you winterize this. Make sure you do this. Make sure you prepare for this. You create things that provide value to people in all platforms, and then all of a sudden, they're now calling you to do these different things that they need you to do. Utilize these 5 things for your business. It makes all the difference because what you put in here, the videos that you create or the posts that you create, you're going to end up putting it right here on your Google page. You can put it on your Google page every day. You can keep updating your Google page. It's going to make a difference for you. We'll get to the SEO here in just a second. But your social media needs to be taken seriously as it's a great way to brand your business. Well, I don't like being on video. I don't like being on camera. That's okay. You don't have to always be on camera or video. Just create posts. Use pictures. People love pictures. People love videos. People love things that are engaging looking. Take a picture of a dog, a picture of a cat. Take a picture of when we owned a carpet cleaning company, we would use a picture of a dog with muddy feet walking across white carpet. People love that kind of stuff. Just use things on your social media advertising that will help you brand who you are and actually do this. Make this a priority. I say this all the time when I work with clients. Why aren't you doing it? Well, I just don't have. You do have time. You just don't make it a priority because it's the little things that are going to add up to great things over time. So stop being afraid to do that. It makes a big difference for you. Okay, we're back again. SEO. We're going to talk about your SEO. We talked about your social media. Now let's talk about your SEO. So that means search engine optimization. When somebody types something into Google, they type something into Yahoo, type something into Bing, type something into any search engine, it's searching for certain key phrases, keywords that you use either on your website, in a blog, on a social media post, keywords, key phrases that you're going to post in your Google page, your website, social media, which could be the city that you live in, the city that you advertise or you're advertising for, the services that you offer, the services that you offer in the city that you live in. You're looking for keywords and key phrases that you can use that create business and make people aware of your website, of your business. That's the key here. Make sure that you're strategic about what you do and don't be afraid of getting it wrong. It's okay to get it wrong, at least do something. Something is better than nothing when it comes to posting content, when it comes to your keywords and your key phrases. Now, if you hire a company who's going to manage your paid advertising, they typically run your website too, and they'll handle all the keywords, key phrases, and the SEO build out for your website. I know some great companies who do that. They're really good at what they do. They can, they're really inexpensive. And I also know some who are really expensive comparatively speaking. But at the end of the day, you want something that's going to produce results for you each and every day. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. The reason we're showing you 5 different ways to generate leads for your business is this. If you just put all your eggs here, well, you lose out here, 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 here. But what if this fell off the face of the earth and you didn't have that anymore? Then you would be stuck with nothing. You need to utilize all these different areas in your business, and all of a sudden, just like that, you have different things that you can pull from to generate leads for your business. And then the goal is to make these things here better so you can minimize these things here when you can. Because the more you grow, the more clients you get, the more repeats that you have, the more referrals that you get. The whole goal is to generate referrals, repeats, and that's all through everything that you're doing here through exemplary customer service, exemplary experiences for your clients when you go into their homes or their businesses. This is really important. So your SEO, we're looking at you have a Google page. This is you're going to set up your Google page, which has got basically your address, your business name, your phone number, your website, all the different things that you have on your Google page. And Google's going to send you a postcard in the mail, or you can do it online now. And that's going to help you verify that you are who you are and your business is who you are at the address that you said it was. So at the address that you said it was, because once you get this verified, then you can start posting your stuff on your Google page. But also your reviews that you get on Google will go through this page. You'll have a link that you can send to your clients. You provide a great experience for them. You provide a great service to them. You want to ask for a review. Your reviews are going to be huge for you getting more business, because let's say you have 20 reviews and 50% of those are bad reviews. Well, that's not going to do you any good at all. You need to make sure you're getting good reviews and track the things that you're getting. If you get a review on Google or anything, any place, respond to the review. Either say thank you or I'm so sorry that the service wasn't perfect. But make sure you do this, okay? Very important. Your website. Hopefully you built your own website or somebody else has built a website for you. Now, my first companies, I always built my own first website. Then I realized that that's a lot of time I don't get back. So I started outsourcing that. I found a company who will build a website for $249 a month. That's it. It's a great website. You can have a blog put on it. Your blog is part of your tactic, your strategic tactics to generate more business. The blog can be a video blog or it can be just a written blog. The goal here is just to have a blog on your website that either you created or you paid someone to create. But if you pay someone to create it, they're managing the SEO and the keywords and the key phrases for your business, for your website. That's going to be huge. That makes a big, big difference. The goal is writing content every day on your Google page. So if you created something here, just go ahead and put it in there that day. Very simple. You want people looking and seeing this all the time, a post. If your guys or girls go do a job for a client, take a picture of the job that you did. Put the pictures in your Google page. Google loves this stuff. It really works well. Don't be afraid to post stuff where you know it's going to generate you additional business, because people want to see what you're actually doing. We used to do big bathroom remodels. And we would take pictures of the before, the during, and the after. People love seeing that. They love seeing the after, especially. They're like, holy cow, that's amazing. We would do bathrooms that were from the 1950s and brought them up to into the 2000s. And the differences were amazing, especially to clients who get to look at these pictures. And these pictures and these reviews are what helps drive more business to you. This is the groundwork of the things you have to do. Now, we haven't talked to the guerrilla marketing yet. The point here is this. You're going to have to make sure you're staying on top of what you're doing here. Because your social media, you're going to have on your description of your business. Now, every time you create a social media page, you're going to create a description for your business. And in those, you want keywords, key phrases. We are a plumbing company in St. Charles County, Missouri, St. Charles, Missouri, St. Peters, Missouri, or however you want to do that. The goal is to make sure it's very descriptive of what you do, the services that you offer in your description of your business. When we go back to keywords, key phrases, this is key to writing each thing in here. You can, if you have a website already, you can take your website and use the keywords, copy and paste right off of that, right into your social media descriptions. That makes a huge difference, and it makes it really easy for you. So you're not having to try to think about what those are. Now, you could also go to ChatGPT, which is chatgptopenai.com, and tell it, say, please write me 25 keywords for my plumbing company's website, my plumbing company's social media page, my plumbing company's description. You can tell it, write me a description using these keywords. It'll write all those things for you and take the work out of your hands. Really easy to do. All right. Okay, so let's keep going here. Guerrilla marketing. Now we talked about our social media, either running ads through there, through TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Nextdoor, YouTube. You can run ads as well. We talked about our SEO, which is our Google page. Very important you get that created as quickly as possible for your business. Use keywords, key phrases. Your website, create a blog. Your blog really helps grow business to you. You can also post things on LinkedIn, have a LinkedIn page. I'm not a big fan of LinkedIn. That's why I didn't put it up there. I'm not looking for business in LinkedIn. Social media, make sure you do all these things. Keywords, key phrases. Use your website. Copy paste things right into your description, into that. Or go to ChatGPT, OpenAI to have it write a description for your website for you using all the keywords you find on your website. Makes all the difference. It's really fast, really easy. Takes 30 seconds. Done just like that. It makes your life easy. Okay? So let's go to guerrilla marketing. Let's say you have no money. You're broke. You just went into business. You're on a limited budget. And when I say a super limited budget, you just have no money at all. Well, I started my first company, 2008. I started with a $10,000 credit card, and I bought a $5,000 van for my first client. And what I did was I had no money for advertising, so I had to figure out what I spent $300 on joining the Chamber of Commerce. That was my first. Well, let's start networking, start meeting my services potentially. Just like that, my first week we did $15,000 revenue. First week in business. I started networking. So we're going to talk about all these things in guerrilla marketing. These are the things you're going to put your feet on. You're going to do business. You're going to make it happen for your business. It's going to depend on you to start. You're not paying. If you pay any money, it's going to be very minimal. But at the end of the day, it's going to make a big difference for you. You should always be doing part regardless. Let me tell you why. It's the brand, the boots on the ground part of your business that makes the difference when things get slow. Because in advertising, you can set a budget at $1,000 a day. And you may never hit that budget because there's just not that many people searching for leads, searching for your services in that area. So what do you do? This is the part that drives business when things get slow. It's the people you know. This is going to make all the difference for your business. If you have no money to afford this, to afford this, to afford this, to afford this, all you have is a Facebook page, this is going to solve your problem. Just like that. But you have to do the work. It's going to require you, your staff, your family, somebody to do the work to get the people to know that you're about your business. The reason people don't do business with you is because of this, because they don't know you exist. Most of the time it's just because one reason. They don't know you exist. They don't know who you are. We always hear that people always do business with people that they know, they like, and they trust, okay? We always know that, right? So make sure you do this part. Always keep it going. I know businesses who do this all the time, and man, they stay busy because they do all these other things, but they always continue to do this, and it makes the difference. Okay, so you're still guerrilla marketing. We're going to talk about volunteer at events. Is there a fundraiser, we put that down, that you can volunteer at? Is there a sporting event that you can volunteer at? Is where you can wear your shirt, you can wear your colors, people can see who you are. They're going to ask you, oh really, hey, you do this kind of business? That's so awesome. Hey, I was looking for a guy the other day. I was looking for a plumber. I was looking for an electrician. I was looking for this kind of person. At the end of the day, when people see you branding yourself through a shirt, there's some way, especially when you volunteer at events, they're going to recognize that this is what you do. Then they're going to ask you questions. The goal is, by wearing branded clothes, they ask you what it is you do. And then it typically things, oh, you know, I've been wanting to do this for so long. It works. I promise you, this one thing works right here. If you volunteer at events, it makes all the difference. And all it took was a little bit of your time to be kind to somebody and to help somebody else out. And just like that, your business grew. Because maybe they didn't need your service, that person you were talking to, but they knew a friend who did. Or the next day, Hey, I need a plumber really bad. And guess what they remember? They remember you because you made a relationship with them that day at the fundraiser. You created a relationship through conversation. Well, I don't like talking to people. Then find somebody on your team who does like talking to people and have them volunteer at the events. You need to create relationships with everybody you meet because this is going to make a big difference for your business, okay? Yard signs. Yard signs are, you can get them for pretty cheap. Get them with your business. You can put them on the corners of streets. They work great. But you got to be careful because they can get picked up by the city. You can get fines for them. So just be careful doing yard signs. They do work great. I've seen a lot of people use these over the years in different kinds of business, and it works really, really, really good. Just make sure you're careful and you don't get yourself in trouble because you don't want to spend any money you didn't have to spend on a fine. That doesn't make any sense, okay? Your vehicle. If you have a vehicle for your business, let's say you've got a van, a truck, or whatever, and it's wrapped, it's lettered, it's got your business information on it. Instead of that vehicle just at your house or at your evening for the day, park it on a busy street corner so everybody sees you drive. In the mornings, park it on the busiest street corner that you can find, but maybe wherever you can legally park it, so everybody sees it every single day, every single day. They're just rolling billboards for you. Now, when you're parking them on street corners, especially near a, so they got to stop the light. They look over, like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. You see what I mean? It makes a difference. Now they're processing it in their minds. They're looking at it, thinking about it. They're looking at the services. Then they're thinking of everything we need to do. It works phenomenally. Make sure you park your vehicle strategically. Makes a big difference for business. Door hangers. I've done tens of thousands of door hangers over the years. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. Depends on the kind of business that you have. And they're usually a slower way to generate business, but they are a way to generate business. If you're already at a client's house, we always say do a clover leaf. Go out to the house next door, and 3 houses across the street. Just make a circle. Make a circle of door hangers, and it makes a big difference. You might get business, might not get business, but if you see somebody outside, just talk to them and say, hey, I want to give this to you. I just did some work at your neighbor's house. Like, hey, well, great, thank you. Don't try to sell them something. Just give them something. Hey, I'd like to give this to you. It's got some promotions on there for our business. So if you like to have anything done, just give us a call. It makes a big difference. Okay, next one is this. Networking events. So many networking events with other business owners where they want to refer business to you, but they also want you to refer business to them. And that's okay. B&I, Business Networking Incorporated. International, I mean. B&Is are good. Your chambers of commerces are good. They have so many networking groups that you can join to network your business. The whole goal of a networking group is to refer business to you, and for you to refer business to them, you create relationships. Remember, like I said, when all this other stuff gets slow, this is what's going to drive your business and help you stay successful. You say, well, I don't have time. Make time. If you've got 30 minutes, an hour in a day where you can just break away, go to an event, getting to meet people, getting to know people is going to make the difference. You want them to love you enough to where they want to send you business. Look good, look appropriate, dress nice, look professional, wear your colors, wear your labeling of your company on your shirts. Make sure you do these things, and they're going to ask you questions about your business. And it's going to give you a chance to showcase who you are and why they should choose you when it comes to referrals. They want to refer your business. Now, referrals have, I would say, a 90% closure rate. When you look at it from a sales perspective, I always said that referrals have one of the highest closure rates when it comes to business. It makes a huge difference for you. Okay? Very important. Friends and family. You your friends and your family. Send them all out a text message. Say, hey guys, slow right now. We're trying to get some leads. I need help. Can you maybe share my stuff on social media? Maybe send out text to your friends. See if anybody needs my services. We have done this over and over for our family members who own business. My daughter owns her own business. My son owns his own. Always taking care of our own and our friends' businesses. We always share their stuff because this is so important. And it doesn't cost you anything but just a because if people already like you, then they're going to trust them because they already trust you. Give them a chance. Help them grow. By helping them grow, help you grow. It's the law of reciprocation. What you do for someone else, they tend to want to do better for you. Just make sure you use family and friends to help you grow your business. It's just guerrilla marketing. Now, there are so many things you can do with guerrilla marketing. We're just talking about like 8 things. Email marketing. Every time you get a client's information, get their email. What does it cost you to send an email? It doesn't cost you anything. It just costs you just a few minutes to send that person an email. It could be a thank you email. It could be, hey, Gresham, we got a promotion going on. We got this going on. We got this going on. I'm going to say that 67% of clients are working with a company because they never hear from them again. So you may have spent, let's say, $100 to that client. But why did they leave you? The reason they left you was because they never heard from you ever again. And therefore, that's the problem. You want them to hear from you over and over. And email marketing is the cheapest way you could do this. Don't be spammy. Be strategic. Provide them value. Once again, come wintertime, winterization things. Come fall time. Think of all the things that benefit their house or their business during the seasons. So we look at email marketing. On there, you can do like birthday. All the different things that you can do that make the difference with their business. Now, guerrilla marketing is the number one thing I would suggest if you just went into business. Super limited budget, because this is going to make the difference for what you do. Now, understand this. Pay-per-lead programs, when you're paying per lead, is a good risk. The reason it's a good risk is because the goal is if you get a call, it's an actual call that someone who wants your services. Let's say you spent $50 on the call. So $50 on the call, and now you're just going to go and do the job and let $1,000 off the job. That was a good risk. You see what I'm saying? Pay-per-lead programs are one of the best things that you can do for your business today, right now. You can sign up. Just whatever you do, you don't sign a contract. It's always a month to month. Back at you see how it's going. All right, so let's recap real quick. We're going to end this. We talked about paid advertising through Google pay-per-click, Google local services ads, Bing, Yahoo. I suggest you pay somebody to manage that for you. There's many different companies who can do that. We can suggest some to you. Pay somebody to manage that for you. Pay per call or pay per lead. Don't sign contracts, whether it be for them or anybody else. You never sign a contract. Make them earn your business. It's a month-to-month basis, okay? We talked about the pay per call. The different ones you can do is Home Advisor, which is a shared lead. Remember, it's a shared lead, but these are all, we're usually paying per call, and they're exclusive to you, all the way down across, okay? We talked about social media. Do your post. 4 posts a day. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., however you want to do it. You just schedule 4 posts. You can schedule those posts as well. Use pictures, use videos, all these things make a difference. Take all these things, and then you can put all this post into your Google page. So your SEO, create your Google page. Go to Google, create a Google local listing. It makes all the difference for your business. It's going to change everything for you, okay? Very important. Make sure you got a website blog, because the videos you create can become part of your blog. Make sure you use good keywords, good key phrases. This makes a difference. Social media, use good keywords, good key phrases in your descriptions, okay? We talked about guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing is one of the best things you can do for your business. So if you're in our mastermind group, I want to first of all say thank you so much for being in our mastermind group. I appreciate it very much. You need help, let me know. We're here to serve you at our highest level so we can help you get from where you are to where you want to be. We have spent our own money in our own businesses for many, many, many years now. We've learned a lot of the hard things to do so you don't have to learn it the hard way. We want to simplify your life, simplify the processes and systems of what you do. Give us a chance to help you. We love you, we appreciate you, and thank you very much for watching this video.